me a picture of something that you guys said. Oh, this is maybe the Cash App thing. Let's clear up some hypocrisy, assumptions, and manipulations. That's Friday, Judi. DJKK. DJKK. Vicious. DJKK. She wrote, "This Scoper dude is threatening Val." She said, "WTF is that guy?" I said I called it in. No, I didn't, obviously. She said, "Good, he's the worst." I said, "I'm going to talk in Messenger so I can talk into it. My fingers aren't working today." She said, "Okay." This is from Pam. "He was calling her at 3 a.m. live on his show. I was shocked. Nothing but a lowlife. I was on the phone with her. He's bit off more than he can chew." And she said, "Pam sent this." I said, "Who did he call?" She said, "Materna." I said, "Oh, gotcha." I didn't care about Materna. Still don't. Another link to KK. DJ KK. She said, "Oh my God, did you hear this?" I said, "He's live right now. He's sending someone to Materna's to make her listen. Yes, right now." I said, "I'm in there." She said, "Okay." I think that's me. He's insane, Jen, and she is not calling in. I said, "I didn't figure she would." "What is he saying he's going to do if she doesn't?" I got in there late. She said, "Drop a bomb." I don't know. I tried to get her to call in. She won't. I said, "Did she say why she won't?" She said, "Yes, she's not playing with him." Oop. Damn it.
He called her 3 times from that live. He called her last night. I guess his brother isn't a lawyer. Her brother is a crazy pastor. I don't know.
So, question. How did she know that his brother's a lawyer and his other brother's a crazy pastor? Because I didn't tell her that. I said, "Going to Messenger to message you." She said, "She has been. I have a novel." Oh, I went to Messenger, but she couldn't get it. She said, "What the hell? No. So about this government contract thing, there was one morning that I got up and he was drunker than crap. I mean, super drunk. And I was just watching. I loved listening to his music because, he would play whatever you requested. Anyway, he was talking and talking and talking, and he said it on a live. That's how I knew. But I knew Judi wasn't in there. So I told her that I just knew because of who I was. He said it on a live. And that's how I knew it. Oh, look. See, she made sure to get a screenshot of, that. Link to NJ. I don't know. A cop got shot in New York, I guess. What is this? Oh, that was the anonymous thing that she got, apparently. Yes, he did say that. He did. That's how I knew. I mean, I don't know. The real Turner's going to get your job, Judi, is what she was sending me. Oh, Gents preferred walls. She didn't. She was. Oh, thank you. I was playing with my grandbabies this morning, so I look kind of funky from my hair's all messed up. And then she goes back to Tammy Hillary Lee. I said, who is that? She said, Tammy Lee and Mike Rage. I said, is Mike Rage your husband? She said, no, Gary Sigler was. I said, that's what I thought. What the fuck? And we're back to NJ. And NJ. She was talking about Lynn. I'm magically unblocked when you go on the beam. Or when you beam in. I just slapped. Yeah. I don't even know where that came from. Oh, it was right on Tammy Lee's page. So, but see, she watches that page. I don't know how she works. I don't know how she does anything. She said, you and Lynn scope, NJ's in there. What the fuck's going on? Can you say setup? I don't know who that was. She said, oh my fucking God, law office of Turner and Turner. They fabricated the pedal ring. I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to say. I said, that's exactly why they want what Materna and Pam said to be forgotten. She said, they said I had affairs. I smoked weed with my kid. Ask them that. About those allegations they made. They are telling on themselves via what if. Okay. I believe that. I do. About Judi. So what's going to happen here was when I was at Lynn's Scope, you apologized to me, NJ, and I accepted your apology. And you'll see this in Messenger when I do that one. But she was mad. She was mad that I forgave you. And so rather than stand up for myself and, tell her to fuck off and everything else, I stupidly said, well, oh my God, you know what? I can be on a case and be back on the case. But then I get myself out of that one again, too. Because she wanted me to ask them all those questions. I said I can't. If I do, I won't be in. I mean, if I want to show I'm going to be an asset to this, I don't know if I should do it. God, I want to. She said, what did they say? I said, I'll know tomorrow about working on the case again. She said, oh my God, they ragged my ass about my community. Fucking hypocrites. I just said I know. I don't even remember who that was about. I don't know what that word is. Immaturity. Laughy faces. How about shut the fuck up and go your way? Oh, psychiatrists now. Blah, MF, blah. Oh, shut the fuck up, please. The problem is they ran with the Turner narrative, never once spoke to Tracy or something. They peddled the shit over there and never blocked. Get the fuck out, lying bitch. Oh my fucking God, she did that yesterday. At this, I don't know. Psychiatrist Justin, hat change. they don't have social interaction through hate people. Didn't they just say that? Oh my fucking God, Turnerisms. I can't. Shut up, Andrea. I said, God, I want to fucking puke at myself. I am so not good at being fake like this. Oh, dear. Okay, so we know that I can definitely. I believe you. NJ, I believe you 100 and I believe you 1,000,000%. I do. She wrote about it. I saw it. It is true. I believe it. I told Judi that. I told everybody that I believed it happened. She said, I left. The bullshit was getting too deep for my waiters. I said, for fuck's sake, they are so irritating. She said, why can't they just let go and shut the fuck up? We don't need a truce. I may scope and give my opinion. I said, yeah, right. Scope is their life. It won't take long till this starts all over again. She said, oh my God. Let me see that question. Did Judi ever talk about the mountain? I don't know if it's in Messenger or if it was a phone call, but what Judi told me was that Tracy and Jamie lied about what was going on to get the Turners to leave because they wanted them to leave. So they made up this whole assault thing so that the Turners would leave, and because they were sick of it. I want to say it was in Messenger and not on the phone. But that was what they said, that it was all fake, that they made it up, and that they just wanted the Turners out of there. I know. That's why I didn't believe any of that. And you will see that in the messages that I didn't believe it. Wouldn't even be happening. Because of what I did? I know, I mean, oh, okay. I'm not sure what.
Well, how about, why don't they take it on the bike and block, and then they won't see what she says?
I couldn't even hear that. Yeah, I believe that Misty, I don't even know about her. I thought she was a really good friend to you guys, but she certainly ran over there, didn't she? I wrote, I got out of there. I just couldn't. I don't know who that was. She said, holy shit, I left 33 Scope before he said that shit. I'm mortified. I said, he's disgusting. She said, yeah, I'm going to call him out on that. I said, and Vicious is just as bad. The things she was saying about Val last night were beyond vile. Yeah, she said, okay, so that question, the answer to that was supposed to be that Judi was the only one that knew. She told me she had absolutely never told anybody before. Anybody. But when all of it, when this came down and the truth, I finally said, okay, the truth came out. I found out through their slip-ups that Tracy knew for months, because on the phone call where Val told me that I was going to only be on the phone with Judi, And then all of a sudden, Val and Tracy were on that call. Tracy let it slip that she knew and that she had told Judi months ago that I was lying. And then apparently she told Val a few months before it all came out too. So I'm sure everybody knew. But I don't know. Which, yeah. But, I'm the only bad person in all of this. I want to say that maybe it was either late October or beginning of November. I'm pretty sure that was the timeline of that. I don't know. Yeah, I was hoping she would be ignored. She said, I'm blocking her. I said, oh no, everyone is loving on her. She said, vicious. She said, well, no, I want to call BS when I see it. I said, vicious is an NJ 100%. I said, I'm sorry. She said, did anyone ever message you? The only anonymous thing that I ever got was that I was going to be doxxed. That was the only thing that I got. And I'm pretty sure that came from Pam. It had nothing, there was no anonymous that had anything to do with any of them. Or you guys, or anything like that. Where am I at? Oh, she said, I do believe that it came in a text. It wasn't on Messenger. It came through text. I'm afraid to click on anything. I will look for that to see if I can find it. So she wrote, well, I'll be next to be attacked. She said, I'm disgusted by all of them on both sides. Now we're in April. I'll be the one attacked. I'm sickened by 33 and I'm not going to hide it. On a brighter note, I've been okayed, but I have to do both. And the one I'm on now takes precedence over the one that we both want me on. I'm not sure who that is. Throwing kisses, that Sandra Piacenza. See her comment. My attorney has the scope of Pam. Oh, this is in Lynn's scope. It's no joke what she accused me of. She said, I tried to call you. I said, sorry, been in and out all day. I saw that comment. I figured it was her. I guess Janice Fox is sick. She said she is. I said, I saw a comment from Gus that said that. She said, oh, you know what I was thinking? Hold on. I said, okay. This is from Pam. Tina called my daughter's boss at home at 3 a.m., then called my daughter's work number this morning, yelling at some girl that works there about me. She said, how the hell did she get the home number? She said, it's on the website. I said, oh, I don't know where she works. Sorry. And then she said, karma for her calling my son's mayor his boss. I said, yep, 100%. She said, but I would never say it. I said, I want nothing to do with Pam, absolutely nothing. She said, I'm sending her yeast, though. I said, sorry about this one, she's just as evil as the Turners, in my opinion. She said, yup, and Val's the one crying, feels bad about what she might do. I said, about what Pam might do? She said, hurt herself. We all know she's nuts. I'll call around 3. I said, okay. Link to Medusa. Where's... Oh, she just wrote, NJ is in there. That's why she sent me that link, because you were in there. Seriously, NJ gotta be a bitch. I said I kept getting fucking calls. What did she do? She said she came in and started shit about me having Lynn play it. I said, oh, for fuck's sake. She said, if this was our side, you would be laughing your ass off. I was civil with Goss. I said, she told me she was praying for her or some shit. She said, Kisses started her shit too. Fuck NJ, cunt. I said, what did Kisses say? She said, hold on. I said, see, like right now I'm not in there, even though my bubble is. At least I think it is, because I can still hear it. I just can't see anything. Is it still in there? I'm going to switch back to that screen right now. This is where Blair was talking about her husband possibly having cancer. So she was sending me screenshots of what everybody was saying. She said, NJ equating misfortune with cancer, seriously? And Goss is like, oh, well, I'm disgusted. I said, leave it to them. I don't know if I can do this second job. Judi, I just don't know. She said, stop. I'm leaving the app. I'm disgusted. I'll be here, but not as me. Just drop it. I said, my bubble was in there, and I was not in there for any of that. Does it stay up if you take a call when you are in there? She said, I don't know. I'm going live later and blasting fucking NJ and all of them. I said, are you giving me the blessing to not do that job? I don't want to disappoint you. Now, that's when I said that I was going to start back up, but I didn't want to do it. She said, equate misfortune with, I don't know what that is. She said, yeah, fuck it. I'll let Tracy know. I said, oh, thank God. She said, I'm done. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I'm fucking out. She said, me too. Oh, at this point, Tracy, so what's the date on this one? Jeez, Pete. So the beginning of April is when she told me that she was going to tell Tracy who I was. Where are we at here? Oh, yeah, right here. Okay, she said, this is screenshot. Oh, I already said that. Oh, she said, can I say Jen? Whoops, sorry. Can I say Jen gives no fucks about you when I go live? And then that's her Periscope. She said, you people disgust me. Then it was call me. Then NJ, link to NJ. Her saying, and I don't listen, but lots of threats to my job, apparently. I said I'm now either blocked or she took it down. She said it's probably gone. Oops, sorry. I gave a thumbs up. She said that's her MO. From Karen. Oh, this is when they were mad that I was friends, or talking with you guys on Scopes. Oh, wait, that's a different... That's not going to make sense. Okay, this was our big fight. This was when I was done with her. That's more in Messenger, I do believe. She wrote another kick to the gut. I wrote, you blocked me. I wasn't able to reply right away. After you hurt me, I never blocked you. You were my friend. I was hurting this morning, and yes, I took it out on you wrongly, just like you couldn't talk to anyone about me. I have no one to talk to but you. She wrote, I'm blocking everyone, every single person I've ever opened up completely to hear has kicked me in the gut. I need time away. All of my periscopes are being deactivated, and every Facebook page except my family one and Bitchin' in the Kitchen is gone. I said, okay, goodbye, Judi. I wish you well. She said, if my family wasn't if my family wasn't something out, I'd get off Facebook. I don't know what that is. They're gonna eat you alive on both sides. Mark my words, be careful. I said, there is no reason to eat me alive. I think this is when she knew that Tracy was going to do what she did. She said, no, but they will. It's what they live for. I said, I don't even care. I've blocked them all, so I won't even see it. She said, all who? I said, everyone that is pissed off at me. She said, oh, then I guess it's safe to assume none of them are involved with trafficking. At least there's a plus side. I just gave a thumbs up. I said, why did you unblock me? She said, I didn't know you did. I said, oh, okay. You did. Your family page. She said, I don't know. I might have thought it was my other page. I can't re-block for 2 days. You can block me. I said, okay. I never in a million years would have blocked you nor unfriended you. My heart was hurting this morning, and as I said, it was taken out on you. However, since it was a mistake to unblock me and you want me blocked, I will do it for you. I wish you nothing but the best in life. She said, I thought you wanted to stay blocked. I thought you wanted this friendship over. I thought you wanted me out of your life. That's how I took it. I said, I can't keep saying it. I was fucking hurting this morning. My fucking depression has taken over in a bad fucking way. Now, I really want you guys to pay attention to this because I said this before they were going to out the FBI thing. I was in a very, very dark place here at this point in time. And this was April 3rd. It was taking all I had to just stay, keep my head above water. Where am I? My fucking depression has taken over in a bad fucking way. It's taking every motherfucking ounce of energy I have to keep fucking breathing. And you were a safe place to land, or I thought you were. I can't do this anymore. She said, okay, I misunderstood what you wanted. I don't want you to feel alone. I said, I'll get over it. She said, I've not discussed our rift with anyone, but we were friends? Okay, wow, total crossover job. Or you sold out. That's just wow. I said, I've crossed over to nowhere. You can think whatever you want. She said, no one knows we are at a crossroads until now. I see the comments.
Regardless of what happens, if we reconcile or we don't or whatever, don't worry. I'll never out you.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Don't worry, I'll never out you. I said, and there is nothing in those comments that I wouldn't want you to see. She said, exactly. I know they got there for me. I don't know what that means. And everyone, I still don't know what that, I even say that. I have no idea what you're saying.
I say in a couple of days at most it won't matter anymore because I'll probably lose my job because they're going to be sending everything over to my boss tomorrow. And I'll have all the time in the world to sit here and watch. And then I won't give a fuck anymore. That comment that you said you have no idea, it says, and everyone else to latch on to as well. Meaning the comments that you wrote, that you said, I want nothing in there you don't want me to see. They're going to latch on to it too. They're just as catchy as I am. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because once I get fired, I will go on unemployment and I'll be at their bed.
Apparently she wanted me to feel horrible about that. I don't know. I said, I haven't seen anything that was said like that. I don't usually watch much on Sundays. I was only in Lynn's for a minute or two when NJ apologized for the fighting on this side and people being mad at me. So I'm not sure what went on between all you guys. I'm just doing my own thing.
Oh, you missed it last night. There was a big old battle on Daisy. So they came right out and said it. And then Abe went in and said, don't do that. Now they're over there today. All this because Laura came out and defended Pam. Whether we like Pam or not, and just stuck her face in and started. And then she showed my affidavit from back on the Hammer Day saying I begged to be part of the fucking lawsuit, which I didn't. So I came out and showed my proof with where she went into the Bad Bitches group and asked them to get, that she needed letters for court so she could get more charges on Hammer. But the FBI wouldn't take it. With just her, she needed more information. So I showed the whole conversation of her emails back and forth asking for my stuff, court stuff, Angela Castro-Vinci stuff. And now they're in there now saying, running Linscope, just like they've done all day. I was in Linscope earlier, talking about planting and how it's weird how we're not going to have an Easter for the first time ever in my life, and baking stuff. Nobody's trying to take over Scope. Laura went in and was talking. I wasn't paying attention. And now Justin and NJ have been running in there screaming and yelling, telling us that we're trying to take over Linscope. It's ridiculous. It's such hypocrisy.
Okay, and then she sent me something to, I guess, this is that Brenda Sue thing. Whatever happened with your case with Hammer. So, I don't even know why the hell she sent this to me. And then you might want to screenshot this. I don't know. Can you see that okay? Kelly apparently was asking Debbie about the car thing. Yep, I will send them to you. And I just want to show you so that there's 4, 6. We're done with the screenshots from her. She said Debbie lied when she said Tracy wanted to run NJ over. I just said no surprise there. She said you called. Or I said you called. She said, now you sit there and let her lie. She is full of shit. Biggest disappointment ever. I never plotted and planned shit, and you know it. I've never contacted her family. I said, the only time I heard your name was when it was said that you are that sunflower person. I was up and down a lot. Not that you'll believe me anyway. I also asked to be a part of something that I can now not get out of. She said I was in there the entire time. I said, I don't see you, so I wouldn't know. She said, all day, you blocked me. I have been there the entire day. For 3 days, listening and seeing the bullshit. Can't get out of what? And this is when everything blew up. I said, nothing, never mind. She said, you got a badge, Jen? Proof of who you say you are? I said, I'm Jen. That's who I am. She said, I thought so. Jen, in your career title, was it all bullshit, Jen? I believed every word like a fool. I said, do you think it was? She said, I do now. I said, okay, so why did you call me earlier? And I kind of panicked here because I was busted. She said, asked out. I said, okay. I said, if I hypothetically showed a badge, how the hell would I know that wouldn't be used against me hypothetically? Of course, Never mind, Judi. I wish you love and happiness. I truly do. It will forever hurt my heart that we are no longer friends. Unfortunately, you didn't afford me understanding of having a bad day and saying something I didn't mean because of hurt I was feeling. Okay, I get it. You don't want to have further conversation with me. Goodbye, Judi. She said, I just got off the beam and saw this. Several see you as over there, so enjoy. I already verified you do not work for the FBI. When I called them, he laughed his ass off. That's why I asked for the ID. I said, that's funny. She said, they aren't done yet. I said, who's not done yet? Alrighty then. Then she sent me a scope. This is the result of the pushing I was asked to do. Did you guys see me ask for any pushing? And you won't in any of the messages either, in the other ones. And now this friendship is over. My life will fall apart and the shit will hit the fan. I guess in your quest to take them down with the Winkers, there will be many casualties of war. But it wasn't my quest, it was hers. And I'm sure who they are talking about here and I'm not sure who they are talking about here unless you came clean. Thanks. And that's what I did. I had talked to you guys. She said, just so you know, you are not alone. I'm gutted, but I do have a soul. She said, Jen, I never asked you. You came to me and told me because you felt you were lying to a friend, and I'm not doing anything. I asked everyone to leave you alone. Kind of funny, huh? She said, listen to my scopes, but this is going to now have all of them come at me harder. She told me, stop talking out loud, because I was on your scope. I tried to reach you this morning, she said.
Jen, stop talking about this on the public feed. I have no intentions of doing anything. All I wanted to know was why. Why? That's all I wanted to know. I had no intentions of taking this any further. And I was trying to make them stop it. Not even then. Tracy wanted to go live yesterday. I said no. You know, I wanted to talk to you. You wouldn't answer. And now, again, they're turning it all around. But you know, you're skipping a whole bunch. Because you came to me on a phone call and said, I have to be honest with you, I have to tell you something. And I asked you, why are you telling me that you're FBI? And you said, because you couldn't sit with good conscience lying to a friend. This is all a lie. And that is how that happened. And then you kept saying I can neither confirm to deny. When I said, did they tell you this or did they tell you that? Are you on this job or are you on that job? You said I can neither confirm nor deny. We're not going to do anything to you. I just want to know why. Why? I trusted and believed you with every fiber of my being and never questioned you. And they're still making this all my fault. Every single one of them over there. Now, I take my responsibility for pushing, but I push when you ask me to. Because it was funny, right? That you and I have been friends. We were friends first before you got involved in all of this. And now that I'm here, you need me to push them to get the information. You remember that, Jen? That they're going to come back and come after me? Now, you are not alone in this, but you need to stop talking on public feeds. If you want to go be friends with them, you go be friends with all of them. But I never did to you what they are doing to you now. Exploiting and using you to push their fucking narrative because they hate me. If this was about friends, you should have said something to me. I was always your friend. And even though I'm fucking gutted again by another friend, I still don't want to see anything happen to you. What's the difference between me and them? They're going to use you to their advantage to get back at me and Tracy. They already are. Whatever.
Yeah, She threw the blame at me when I knew the truth. That's what, I mean, I don't even know. I said, I went on their scope yesterday, or I went on their scope because Val sent me a message and told me to. So I did. If you say I called and said that to you, then I guess that's it. I remember it differently, and there being a message where you asked me if I was a wink or two, and I said I couldn't confirm or deny. I did say that I was happy I could talk to you about it on a phone call after that text. I fucked up. I hope I don't even know. I hope as so desperate to be relevant, I'll give that one to Karen. She was right, that I lied to you over and over. I wish I could go back. I would do anything to go back and just be happy with being no one. On my father's grave, you will never have to hear from me again. I am more sorry than you will ever know. I understand that you... Oh, shit. I understand that you... Where am I at? Oh, that you will never believe that. When I said I loved you, I meant that with every fiber of my being. I got in too deep with a lie that I just couldn't get out of without losing your friendship. I'm sorry. Everybody wants to say why I didn't talk to Judi after this. It's because right there I said, on my father's grave, you will never have to hear from me again. And I will not ever in a million years, ever say those things, say that, and then go back on it or lie or whatever, because that scares the shit out of me. So there's that.
Jen, it's not that I don't ever want to talk to you again. I just don't understand why. And I got everybody over there now running and yelling and saying it's my fault. I mean, I've got the whole conversation. You know, I mean, all you ever had to say was, I got a relative in law enforcement and I can talk to her about it. But this was about friends and wanting to be relatives. Jen, we could have done scopes together. We could have had our own talk show. There were so many things we could have done. I never once questioned the friendship. Never once. But then when you started going over there, I was like, something ain't right. And now, it's all about them calling me an asshole and saying that I tried to take their get them and put in jail so their kids could get taken away. And that's just not right.
Huh.
I never came to you. You came to me. And it's such a fucked up mess. So they sent you a message to exploit you, to put you on a live feed, knowing that you're fucking devastated and crying, and then telling you don't have to talk about this on a live feed. Do you see what they just did? They just played you. It's your call, your choice. Those people are not your friends. They just used you to further an agenda because they hate me. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, it's all you guys, the ones that were there for me. Then she sent me a link to Daisy and said, you gonna straighten this out? And said, I just got told you said we threatened you on the phone, and now the Turners are running with that. What did we threaten you with, Jen? No one did any such thing. Please elaborate. I would hope that you would make a statement about this whole lie and the continued lies being portrayed and narrative spun. No one threatened you. I never asked you to do anything. You came to me. Do the right thing, Jen. I could be like others and sit on live feed for hours, playing a conversation and tearing you apart, like has been done before to me. I've been quiet all weekend. It is one of the highest holy days. This did not just include me. This included a lot of other people that you made believe were okay. Never. Oh, wait. This included a lot of other people. Remember you told me to tell them, Judi, can you say you have a person? I never said that. I've tried to reach out to you directly. This is my last attempt to resolve this with you. As a Catholic, I am taught to forgive. But until this is made right, I cannot fully do that. So I will no longer contact you. I wish you no harm, but I will not sit here and let this be portrayed as my fault. I hope that you can work through what you did, and I hope your daughter has a beautiful wedding. And that's it. That's it for the text messages. So, and then I do have, this came from Tracy on April 8th. Hey Jen, you told Judi last week she could tell me your little secret. So she did, and she told me that she has known for 6 months or more, and she told me everything. I told her I didn't believe it for 1 minute. Well, she finally called today to find out for herself that you were lying to her. She has kept this secret for 6 months, and she has had your back, and in return you risk not only her job, but also her and her family's safety. Now Judi wants to see a badge, and so do I. You see, Judi won't out your lie, but I will, and you can bet your ass she will have my back. What you have done to her is so wrong. You used her, lied to her, and put her in danger, asking her to provoke people that you claim to have a case on. Now don't go run to Judi and say I'm bad. You see, if I was bad, you would have told her 6 months ago, but instead you told her we had all been checked out by the only bad ones in all this was the Turners and Company. Now let's see that badge, please. So, but there's no threats. But that looks like a threat. Judi won't out you, but I will. So that's all text. I know Judi had her do it. I know she did. Judi, I only wish that I would have opened my frickin' eyes a long, long time ago, because I was just, I don't know. I thought Judi was a good person. She is not. The only thing that she has in her life is drama. And I was just too stupid to understand that. So, but if you guys are okay, I am going to get off here so that I can go with my grandbabies. But if you guys want, I will do this again tomorrow with the messages on Facebook. There's so many different, she had a billion different names, and it would start in one and then it would go to another. So, oh yeah, I'll leave it up. You guys, you can have it left up. I don't care. So, but I just want to make sure that you guys all know what I did. I own that 100%. I won't hide that. I can't. I don't want to go back to that place. And I think that I allowed that to get to me so bad that, I fell apart, and that's why my depression got so bad. So, but thanks to you guys. You guys helped me through this, and I don't think you will ever know how you guys saved my life, because it was bad. And had it not been for you guys, I don't know if I would be here. So I'm going to get off here. Sorry this took so long. But I'll come back and do it tomorrow. And if you guys can't be on, and yeah, I do. I will forward those to you for sure. If you guys can't be on or whatever, I'll make sure to leave everything up so that you guys can get to it, because I don't want you to miss anything. So I'll figure out a time and then let you guys know. I'll figure out when the grandbabies are going or whatever, and I will do that. So thanks for everything, you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.